Well, this is a pleasant surprise. While Sony was blowing my mind with the February 2026 State of Play, we got three major franchise announcements. The Legacy of Kain Deception remaster, and an all-new Castlevania that looks to be going back to its roots, and this game, which was the most shocking one and released on the same day. Of course, this isn't the first 2D God of War game. The first one was a browser title back in 2007 called The Temple of Helios. It got concept art unlocks when you beat it. It was more of a minigame than anything else. Meant to promote Chains of Olympus on the PSP. Sons of Sparta is developed by Megacat Studios, mostly known for developing games for older hardware like the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. Their two most famous works may very well be FNAF Into the Pit and Angry Video Game Nerd 8-Bit, the latter of which I played. It's good, pretty standard in all honesty, and playing hard as balls is hard as balls. But we're not here for that, no. Today we talk God of War, one of the most important games growing up for me. The original God of War is about Kratos going out to the box of Pandora, tearing apart monsters from Greek myth or anyone stupid enough to get in his way. Sons of Sparta is set when Kratos is a teenager with his 11-year-old brother Deimos. Yes, 11. And is a story mostly told to his daughter Calliope. Calliope? Oh. Oh no.
Mother, please!
T.C. Carson is back as Kratos for the first time in a while, even if he is only the narrator. Deimos, though, is voiced by Scott Menville, who you know better as Robin from... We start with a boss fight. It's a Cyclops. Alright. Even if Kratos is a kid, we kill it by ripping its eye out in a QTE, right? Right, game?
Well done, brother. Your tactics are improving.
Nothing compared to yours.
I was lucky you showed up when you did. Look, I shouldn't have needed. What are you doing?
No one will believe us without proof. It's worth it.
We're Spartans. Our word is truth enough.
Wait, what? I thought this was M for mature. Let's see. Oh, okay, that one's on me. A God of War game being rated T for teen is like a Bayonetta or Devil May Cry game being rated T for teen. It just doesn't happen. You'll see gore later, I promise. We go through the Orotis River, the game's first section, and it teaches you how to play. I'll summarize it in as short a time as I can because the game doesn't. You have three main bars of status. Green is health, blue is magic, and yellow is a spirit meter, which is used for various combat techniques and an upgrade we'll talk about later. This spear is the only weapon you get in the game other than magical attacks. It feels weak and stubby until way later in the game, and you're going to struggle with damage for a good chunk of the game as well. Pressing R1 plus attack does less damage but more stun for the stun meter. It becomes a way better tactic later in the game when you actually have power to use with that. If an enemy's stun meter is full, you can do an execution that's generic for all the magic powers you get. It's nowhere near as gory as other games, and it gives me extreme blasphemous vibes. Pressing circle evades or dodges. I'll tell you right now, I never used evading, but dodging is awesome because it's a Dark Souls role. You get invulnerability frames, and mastering this technique will save you more often than not. One thing that really fucks with me is not only moving with the analog stick, but having to press triangle to grab ladders instead of, pressing up like in any other game. I get why this was probably implemented though, because having to move with an analog stick and accidentally pressing up when you don't mean to, yeah, that tracks. There's also various status effects, but I'll mention the worst three here. Freezing, burning, and shocks. Freezing slows your movement and shortens your jumps. Burning makes your health go down continuously, and Shocks does the same thing, except just intermittently for more damage. All these status effects suck. Avoid them if you can. L1 blocks and brings up your shield. Make friends with this button. Marry it. It will save your life, and of course you can parry in this game. When you upgrade it, you can shield bash enemies for more stun. It is amazing. You can save your game using these campfires and learn new techniques and upgrade your gear throughout the game. You can also upgrade the campfire later, and I'll show you how that's done. So we get back to Sparta proper, and we meet up with Konstantinos, who then assigns us to go to the woods for the Kerkopis, because they stole his tools. What the fuck is a Kerkopi? Before we leave, he gives us a stone head, like Hergus, one of the most important items for exploration, because he is going to be constantly powered up throughout the entirety of the game. On our way out, we meet Amara, who initiates the whole reason for this game's existence, a runaway child named Vasilis, who is central to the game's plot, I guess? Sure.
Now that's a bit of a problem.
We also meet Ice. Ice, I'm just going to say his name's Ice, who seems way too nice for a Spartan, and which is not suspicious at all. So we go to the forest, and right before, we get our first Olympian gift, the Solar Sling, a weapon more useful than puzzles in combat. It fires a single shot, which inflicts what I call honest damage. If I had to best describe the woods, it's a lot of puzzles. A lot of puzzles. God of War, Sons of Sparta loves its puzzles, and they're in almost every area in the world. We find the Kerkopi's den. It's used to trade for blood orbs and items. You'll see more later. We also find Konstantinos' chisel, and the monkeys attempt to berate us for it. Huh, so that's what a Kerkopi is.
Stolen? Those are ours.
Yeah, they just look like the old man's tools.
Yeah, including his initials.
No, you monkeys stole the tools. Fuck you.
I thought Spartans were fine with stealing because it proves resourcefulness.
Only when you're not caught.
And you left fur all over the sculptor's office.
Right. Well, what are the odds?
Oh yeah, well we caught you red-handed, you.
Damn dirty ape!
After that, a Minotaur shows us how colored attacks work. Red can't be blocked, blue can't be evaded or parried, yellow can break your block, and purple attacks should be avoided like the plague they are. So we go through for a while, and this is just boring to me. Probably because the combat really hasn't opened up yet, but neither has the exploration, and that's still a ways off. Coming to the first boss, the Yoke, or a Stymphalian as it's called, a giant fucking bird, does the typical first boss stuff in a Metroidvania. Towards the end, he likes to think he's Storm Eagle, and that's just adorable. Oh shit.
Brother! Where are you?
I'm right here!
Nah, pulling a Robin, I see. We take the chisel back to Konstantinos, and he gives us an iron bar to use to buy stuff at the armorer. So we do that, and I craft a few things. The upgrade system in this game uses crafting materials you'll find all over. Don't worry about trying to find them, you will automatically for the most part. We look for Vasilis in Typhon's hole, and we find a spot where he was sleeping in and a bush we can't pass. So we go to the other end of the map to Hestia's temple, where we meet Eleonora, a priestess. She's here to teach the boys lessons for the most part. We get the evergreen flame, which isn't green, it's red, and used to light these torches and burn down these bushes.
Burn! Burn to the ground!
We go into the stone hollows after burning the bush and get the belt of Tyche, which gives us passive effects, and we make our way to the port. Because he was looking for black eel or for black stew or whatever. I don't exactly remember right now. The plot is that forgettable if you can believe it. If it feels like I'm skipping a lot of the specifics in areas, the video would be way too long if I described everything in every area. It really doesn't do anything different to set itself apart, and that's fine. And don't go on about the drifting spire not appearing in this video. I don't care. It literally is the Metroidvania formula based into its most pure essence of go to area, get blocked by an impassable barrier or unreachable obstacle until you get your next upgrade, repeat. Areas reflect this as well. Most areas you only have to play through once in order to clear them, but I go back later for items to unlock further upgrades. You'll see later, especially with the 3 bars on the top of the screen.
That's amazing, Deimos, truly. Ah, there he is. A word, Kratos?
Brontes, you son of a bitch. Brontes is an asshole and has no bearing on this story. What is this plot? So we can't find Vasilis at the Porter Cave, so we go to the Oracle located in the Sanctuary with a look at Calliope and Kratos carving something. No, man, I hope that isn't what I think it is.
I will answer your one question now.
Where can we find the lost boy, Vasilis, son of Apostolos?
He will be lost until he's found. When fortune's thread is measured, cut, and wound. Pursue the truth and find in its expanse the comfort and the thorns in wisdom's dance.
Wisdom's dance?
That is all. May good fortune follow you.
A riddle? The fuck? Whatever. Now it's time for the Temple of Nike. So we get the ability to dash. It's not like Speed Booster and Super Metroid, so don't get too excited. It also uses Spirit Meter to dash and Super Jump. Why? We use our new run to get Lycurgus' head upgraded, who can now suck various myths for puzzles and these red corrupt vapors that are impassable otherwise. So we go to the winery and find these 4 blood fountains we have to destroy, and they do not go down easily. The game's third boss, Alistair, uses blood for attacks and loves abusing projectiles. He has these waves of attacks and teleporting explosions. He doesn't go down quick either, but eventually he does.
Well, that was by far the weirdest thing we've ever fought.
Nah, you'll fight worse and weirder. Mount Tegatos unlocks a few things for us. We can now climb walls, and after blowing into the PS5 controller, I wish I was kidding when I say that, we get Otos for Lycurgus. It can reveal secret walls, chests, and these markers by listening to the DualShock bot. It's cool, but why not have an option to use the sound, I don't know, in-game? Oh, fuck, the satyrs are here, including the one from the original game. He's a dick, too. Most of this mountain is avoiding vents like this and fighting powerful satyrs. It's not that bad, honestly. I love the verticality. Wish I had a specific power-up for jumping that makes this way easier to traverse.
Children!
No mere children. Spartans.
Are you injured?
Are we injured? Did you not hear me?
You are Spartans, I heard you, but you are still children. Did my chain hurt you when I turned? It was not my intent.
We are fine. Wait, how are you talking?
We free Adrastea, a talking griffin. She'll be handy way later, I promise. I also fight the Ponea, the game's second bird boss. I can cheese it easily by going onto these platforms when it fires its beams of ice. I can't cheese it with the platforms when it goes to slam on me, however.
Spartans, mount up! To the sky!
Hold tight, brother!
Woo-hoo-hoo! Ha ha ha!
Demos! I think we've drawn enough attention!
What do you see?
Harpies! Ravens! Gotta thin them out!
Skies are clear.
Since Valiant escaped, is it still a threat to Mount Tegatos?
Now that you disturbed her nest, she will relocate to the east.
So, where would you like me to take you? The Laconian Woods. Thank you, Adrastea.
No, child, thank you. What you two have done for me, I may never be able to repay.
So, you know, we're back in the woods doing puzzles and stuff, the usual. And then we get the game's best upgrade that becomes our absolute best friend.
This must be one of the altars Eleonora mentioned. Do we just put our sandals on it, like we do with Lycurgus?
I cannot stress how much the game opens up after you get the Celestial Step, aka the double jump. The game's verticality becomes more apparent now, and we could get to things we couldn't before. Like these olives, which increase a stat depending on the temple you go to. To get an olive, you have to complete a combat challenge, and most of these aren't even that tough, thankfully, especially later. You also have monuments where you can acquire offerings to bring to temples to enhance your Olympus gifts. Speaking of, Artemis is next, and we get her sword. Its thing is moving these big blue blocks around. The passage of monuments is a straightforward area for the most part. It's mostly platformer puzzles, but thankfully I feel like I'm playing an actual game now rather than, you know, before. That double jump, it really goes a long way to emphasize the verticality in this game, and it just feels so right to have. We eventually get to the Baron Step, and...
Brother, what are we doing? We've searched all over Sparta and only found what we already knew. That Vasilis was as frustrating in life as this search for him has become.
There are still many places to explore. He could be anywhere.
Exactly!
Kratos is frustrated, so we smash all the pots here because fuck.
Someone's destroyed our supplies! The damage is fresh. Find them, my ugly! They mustn't interfere with our ritual.
Creepy cultist seems like a new thing in a God of War game, but we take him out.
Where did he go?
Coward!
They're more creepy animal lovers than fighters. The lift breaks on the way back, so it forces us to go through this area on foot. It's a fine area, and the cultists are different enemies from everything else this game has. They're truly unique. We get the Harvest Glaive. It absolutely rules after you fully upgrade it, and you'll see more of that in this video. Its main thing is hitting these blue flowers in a short window to open paths that are blocked by these blue-colored trees. You can also use it on these things to lower vines. I don't know what they're called, like a gear or something? I don't know. We go to the Veiled Bog, which is a swamp. Oh look, the map glitched yet again. Don't worry, this isn't the last one you'll see. Or it may very well be in this video, I'm not sure yet, to be honest. The Veiled Bog is a jump in difficulty, but not a huge one, don't worry. It's just constant poison status that only affects Spirit Meter. This muck or mud in the bog you can't jump in is also a pain in the ass. Also, meet Cerberus. He's actually a challenge unlike most enemies in this game. Guardian of the Underworld, my ass. It really does feel like the game picks up when you get to the Veiled Bog. You have almost all the movement options, and shortly after the Cerberus fight, you can upgrade Evergreen Flame when you get to Hestia's Temple again. The Sunken Agora is the hardest area thus far. Prepare to die. Full of level 5 enemies, I died multiple times here. Every campfire is a blessing to find. Fuck this siren in particular, though. We get one of the last upgrades that matters to Lycurgus, Phos. Phos makes solid these ghostly platforms and anything else similar to it. Eventually we get back to the lift and...
Let me help you.
I don't need your help.
Yes, you do.
What is that?
Now we know why the lift was locked in place!
That's our chance! Let him have it!
The Falaki is a boss that feels weird. It attacks using tiles and summoning undead zombies at you. The last part of this fight is insane as it throws everything at the kitchen sink at you, including explosions. Okay, Demos, now you can say...
That was by far the weirdest thing we've ever fought!
So we get back to Sparta and Amara tells us to go to an archery spot. So I do.
Is this how you two have been wasting your Iron's pass? Lying on your backs while I have to beg for a temporary field pass? What are you even doing out here?
Sculptor business. You?
Field drills. But we're all being called back to the school. You too. There's a griffin loose at the port.
A griffin? You don't think...
She sure could solve our problem getting up there to continue our search.
If you're smart, you'll head in the opposite direction of that griffin.
We're Spartans, Brontis. We run toward danger, not away from it.
So we go to the port for a report on a local griffin. Oh hey, it's Adrastea, who flies away after warning Kratos of a storm incoming.
Was it her? Will she help us?
She just warned about a storm and flew off.
Who's afraid of a little water?
The Scolopendra is this game's money shot boss. It attacks by throwing rubble at you, biting at you, and doing its best impression of a cat headbutting you. Dodging into it shouldn't work, but it does.
No! There! Is that an Archimedes mirror?
It's powered by that crystal!
This doesn't kill it. Nothing.
Pull this? But how do we aim it?
That's it! Quickly!
Yes! We did it!
Okay, look, long story short, we have to go back to Tegatos to get onto the Archer's Perch. So we do, and we kill another bird boss who goes down just as fast as the rest.
Spartans! Never on our backs! Spartans! Never left behind! Spartans! Always united! do you do that?
Mostly I make sure the pointy end pokes the...
Not that. How do you smile when it seems you could be a beast's lunch?
Well, my head's screaming at me, Atreus, it's time to panic. But my heart says, no, if you believe in who you fight for and your death would make a great story, why feel anything but joy?
Wait.
Oh, so he's a Spartan Atreus is named after in the newer game. So now we get fast travel to any campsite or temple at Adrastea, and this makes item collection much easier. It also means we're 80% through the game. I also find Circe after all this time, and I only buy 2 things from her for my belt, attack and defense power-ups. She can also level up your campsites to refill health, magic, and spirit, and any empty bottles you may have through blood orb offerings. Every time I see Circe though, I'm reminded of the DCAU Circe from that one episode of GLU. You know the one.
The sad and lonely one.
Beautiful.
It is at this time I then do pretty much all I can get on the map in terms of olives and worshipping sites. I become ludicrously overpowered at this point. The Foundry of Invention is next, and it's a quick trip, honestly. It's an incredibly dangerous area I don't recommend you go into unless you do at least 2 health and all Artemis upgrades you can because she ups your defense stat. Or you could do what I did and just go around the map for a couple hours collecting olives and other stuff. This area is full of traps and mechanical monsters that do massive damage. You can easily die here if you aren't careful. It also has this chase sequence, which is cool.
Run like Hermes!
These bull bosses are easy. The Harvest Glaive's alternate attack melts health bars like a saw cutting through butter.
I think it's done! Hit it!
When we get out, we come across Brontes, who I wasn't sure was an asshole.
The sculptor said you've been avoiding your duties.
We took care of it. You can go away.
Easy. I'm just looking out for you.
Were you just looking out for Vasilis when you beat him?
Yes, I was. I disciplined Vasilis because he was bringing down the unit. I did what was needed.
What he needed was training. You pushed him away from the unit.
You're one to talk. You did it too.
What did you say to me?
You did it too. During tactics exercises. Don't act innocent. Brother!
Get off your back!
It's tragic, Kratos. You could have been great with me at your side.
I know. But now, I'm greater with Deimos.
What was that all about?
Later. Go.
Dude's lucky Kratos is only a kid here. That's normally a vow of revenge. Constantino says we can't search for Vasilis. Fuck him. It's time to destroy cultists, kids. We're at the point of no return even if the game doesn't feel like it. We infiltrate the cultists and eventually get to a new boss, the Ipotane, a half-man, half-horse, all-kaiju monster. He loves inflicting status which drains my magic. He would be challenging for a late game boss if I hadn't upgraded hardcore before this. You can become greatly overpowered in this game, by the way. Beating him unlocks the Viro Scourge, the game's last area, and I think it shows. Death awaits around every corner here, and if you think you're gonna just avoid fights all the time, no you can't. You will have to fight your way through at times. Oh. Oh no.
Brother!
He's gone. It's not fair. This can't be how it ends.
His wounds. He was mauled by something. Something big. Did you hear that?
We fight the Koteros, a boss that comes out of nowhere despite being built up throughout the entirety of the game. He can fling you into the air, he charges at you. He's a total pushover.
Vasilis fought. He used his training and fought. To his last breath.
No matter his flaws, he was still a Spartan.
I hate this.
He died on his feet. A warrior's death. It's all we can ask for. This is my shield. I bear before me into battle. It is not mine alone.
It protects my brother on my left. It protects my city. I will never let my brother out of its shadow, nor my city out of its shelter. I will die with my shield before me, facing the enemy. This is my shield. I bear before me into battle.
So, Calliope, can you now tell me the meaning of duty?
No, that can't be it, can it? That's the end? The whole game was a story about finding a kid who ultimately dies at the end? What? There is a post-game, though.
And you defied me. Punishment awaits you both.
Sir, it was all my idea, sir. Demos tried to talk me out of it, tried to stop me. He did his duty, but I pulled rank.
I see. Tell me, if I spare him, what should be your punishment?
To be beaten on the Artemis cradle. And because I involved Demos, I should take his beating too, sir.
That seems fair punishment to you.
No, sir. No, actually, I deserve a third.
Do you now?
For the death of Vasilis. I had a chance to make him better, but when the real battle came, I neglected my duty. It cost him his life.
You may stand. While your resolve and dedication is admirable, Ares himself could not withstand such punishment. No beatings necessary.
Sir.
However, for your insubordination and dereliction of duty, you have forfeited your chance to join the Vanguard Circle.
That sucks.
We cannot risk giving you command of your own unit in light of your action.
We can go wherever, but I honestly still feel fulfilled. Maybe I'll restart the game someday on the hardest skill. It's a Metroidvania distilled into its most pure essence, but the combat is serviceable enough until you feel more like an adult Kratos later. Overall, I feel like the game could be better, but it was made to do what it does. Celebrate 20 years of God of War. At least it doesn't have a David Jaffe room.